Today we are discussing trigonometric ratios. That's an introductory lesson, and we give the basic information about trigonometric ratios. First of all, they talk about right angle triangle. So at this stage, we just limit our discussions to right angle triangles. So as you know, any right angle triangle has three different angles. One of them being 90 degrees. This little sign here, this little square means it is 90 degrees. And two acute angles. So this is the right angle, and this is one acute angle, this is another acute angle. We show the angles with Greek letter theta. There are a number of letters we use, alpha, beta, theta. In this lesson we are using theta. This sign is the Greek letter theta to show the angle. So that angle now in this shape is shown with the letter theta. Then we define different sides. As you know, a hypotenuse is the longest side in a right angle triangle and is opposite to 90 degrees. So opposite to 90 degrees, you have the hypotenuse. Then if I show this angle here by the letter theta, the side opposite to that will be this side. This side is opposite to the angle theta. And the other side will be adjacent. So that side is called adjacent. To make it a bit easier to decide which one is opposite, so when you have the angle theta here, assume this is the shape of room. You are inside a room which is triangular and you want to watch TV. You sit where the angle theta is at this corner. Then you would put your TV here along this to have the best view. You wouldn't put your TV along this wall. You wouldn't put your TV along this wall. You would put along this, in this direction, so you have the best view. So that is the opposite. So where you put your TV will be the opposite side. Now we talk about the ratios which we were going to discuss. The first ratio is sine, and we show it with Sin, and then we have the name of the angle after that. So sine theta, this is the sine of angle theta. That is the angle theta, and that means the sine theta, the sine of that angle. But what sine means, it is a fraction or a ratio where the top number is the length of your opposite side and the bottom number is the length of your hypotenuse. Similarly, we have also another ratio which called cosine, and we show it with cos, the theta or cos theta. We read it as cos theta. Cos theta is a fraction again where the numerator is the length of the adjacent side and the denominator is the length of hypotenuse. And finally, we have the ratio called tangent, which for short we show with tan, and we read it as tan theta. What is tan theta? It is again a fraction where the top is the length of the opposite side to theta, and the denominator is the length of your adjacent. What you need to be, also be careful of, all these sides except for hypotenuse depend on the angle. So the side opposite and the side called adjacent will change if the angle that you are looking at changes. So they are defined with respect to the angle. So first you know the angle, then you will be able to talk about its opposite and its adjacent. But the hypotenuse is always the same in a triangle. Okay, here we have got an example. Find the lengths of opposite adjacent sides, opposite and adjacent sides, and hypotenuse of the right angle triangle below, and write all trigonometric ratios for the angle theta. All right, to do that, this is the right angle. Opposite to that is your hypotenuse, which is the longest side. So hypotenuse is equal to 10. So we just show it with the letter H. So hypotenuse is equal to 10 meters. Opposite, so that's the theta. And when you're sitting at this corner, you would put your TV here. So that will be your opposite side. So opposite is 8. So opposite is 8. We show it with the letter O. And adjacent is the other one. That's the adjacent, which is 6. Now, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And opposite for theta, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, and opposite was 8 for theta and hypotenuse was 10. So 8 over 10, and you can divide the top and the bottom by 2 as you can do with any fraction to get 4 on 5. So sine theta is 8 on 10 or 4 on 5. For cos theta, it's adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent was 6, so 6 over hypotenuse, which was 10. Again, you can halve both of them to become 3, 5. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So cos theta is 6 on 10 or 3 on 5. And tan theta, tan is the opposite over adjacent, opposite over adjacent. Opposite was 10, and adjacent, sorry, that's the hypotenuse. Opposite was 8, and adjacent was 6. So 8 over 6. 8 over 6 is your tan, opposite over adjacent. And again, you can simplify by dividing both of them by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So tan theta is 8 on 6 or 4 on 3. Thank you for your attention.